Hey cuties, they, them, and all the beauties. I am just as shocked as you are about the title of this video. I have a lot to rant about, so we're gonna do a chit chat, get ready with me video today. Honestly, y'all are like my saving grace. You're the only thing that's really been keeping me grounded and something to look forward to. I know, doom and gloom, but I feel like, you know, so many crazy things are happening in the world now, and a lot of people are just going about their day like, nothing's wrong, it's okay, don't look at it, oh, don't think about it. Just keep hustling, just keep grinding, going after your goals and dreams, but it's like, oh my goodness, are we all okay? Not all of us are lucky to have that friend to sit there and rant to, so I am here for you, like you are here for me. It just feels like, to me personally, I don't know if this is for everyone, but I feel like I'm stuck in a little bit of a rut, or just I'm at this moment in my life where a lot of things feel like they are going to change. A lot of bad luck has been happening to me recently, and I'm trying not to dwell on it because I am a person who tries to embrace change for the better. And I know change scares lots and lots of people. It used to really scare me. But as I grew up and got older, I'm realizing that we as humans change. And even as kids, you know, boys' voices go up and down, girls get their periods, and a lot of things change. We can't always have sleepovers with our friends whenever we want to. We have grown-up adult responsibilities now, and I just feel like I'm at this moment where a lot of things are changing, not only for me personally in my personal life, but in the social media space in general. I did a poll on Instagram recently asking y'all if YouTube feels like it's dead. Because to me, it feels like it's dying a little bit. Not just to me and my channel personally, but like I don't see the views for other people like I used to. I don't see the top trends and tags that other people, one person starts and then everybody joins in and does these trends, especially in the beauty space. Honestly, the beauty space feels like on social media that it's dying down a little bit, and it makes me really sad. I'm gonna be doing like a smoky black, gray, white, silver type moment, and I got this Nets basketball team collaboration eyeshadow palette with the NBA with ColourPop, and it's so gorgeous, and I'm like, I gotta do something with this. I know that YouTube is a platform. Literally, people need to remember this. YouTube is a stepping stone onto bigger and better things. It's honestly not something that you could count on for as a job for the rest of your life. There have been some people that are lucky to be able to be relevant, change into something better, keep changing and bettering themselves to do better and make better content on YouTube and other platforms, but honestly, they're considered stepping stones because it's not something usually that's full-time unless, like, honestly, when I do see people do that, it feels like winning the lottery almost. But it's just so weird how much has changed. Honestly, since TikTok has come around, YouTube just feels dead a little bit because I know they're trying to do short form, like shorts and stuff on YouTube, but it just feels different. I feel like there's not as much people watching YouTube as there used to be. I also feel like in the makeup community that makeup effects is not no longer a thing, but it's like a dying art form. Especially since like there was the NYX Face Awards being promoted on YouTube as well. There was, you know, Face Off was super popular then. Once Upon a Time was even a show that had some fantastic makeup in it, and that was a really popular show. American Horror Story, oh my goodness, all the blood and the gore and like the clown effects makeup. And I feel like now there's a really big space for beauty, which is a great, but I miss what really drove my artistic soul as a makeup artist creator. Not only I do appreciate the quality of beauty makeups in movies and TV, but I do miss the effects when it was so not just popular, but really looked at like an art form. And I don't see that as much anymore. I know the TV Euphoria, I'm not saying it has a lot to do with it, but it really made beauty makeup as a popular thing that a lot of people really want to recreate the looks from Euphoria, because it's just some simple beauty makeup with rhinestones, which is good. And I'm really happy that beauty is turning into a direction where they don't cake on so many layers of contour and foundation. It's more like on set, natural looking skin tone shining through type makeup. It's so crazy to see the trends of when Drag Race was super big at eye mats with like the matte lipstick and the really crazy contour. I loved all of that, and it's just steering to another direction, which I have to embrace. But I just feel like in general, effects makeup is kind of a dying, feels like to me, kind of a dying art form that's not being as loved and consumed as much as it used to be. And I'm wondering if that's because of the whole pandemic, because unlike beauty makeup, which literally could take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, I know there's some intense beauty makeups where they get more time on sets than that, but makeup effects, especially like if take Jim Carrey and The Grinch, that makeup took around, I want to say 5 to 7 hours. I feel like those makeups since the pandemic aren't being created as much on sets because they would rather just put in a CGI edited aspect of the movie in where an editor could put it in and green screen everything, because you have to be in the chair face to face with someone for such a long period of time. And in the middle of the pandemic, you know, that could be really hard for people to get tested every day to do that. And I just hope we don't lose the artistic quality of makeup with the fad of beauty makeups with dewy, beautiful skin, which is an art form itself. But I just hope we don't lose the art of makeup. And this isn't just about me. This isn't just about my creations. This isn't just about my channel. But, you know, I miss when we would get so excited during Halloween when real effects makeup artists would do these fantastic looks on celebrities. You know, Heidi Klum's yearly Halloween party was something to look forward to, and celebrities would hire makeup effects artists to turn them into goblins and ghouls and demons, and we would see the Lord of the Rings makeup even. I just did not expect the pandemic to affect makeup and people that much when I should have. I mean, come on, realistically, we can't have no human interaction, be trapped indoors for that long and not expect something to change. I feel like the pandemic made us prioritize ourselves and how we feel, and, you know, staying home for that long made us cook bread and see how much our pets really loved and cherished us and loved that we were home for so long, and our children, our families. We really saw like how important spending time with family and friends was to us. And I think that's also why it seeped into the beauty community, to where we saw how much we should really take care of ourselves. I feel like skincare is on the rise, natural beauty is on the rise, and it may be because of the pandemic, and there's a lot of makeup companies hurting. Like, you know, Becca Cosmetics had to go into bankruptcy, and BH Cosmetics. Like, do y'all remember when we would be waiting in line at stores for makeup collection and online for Jaclyn Hill's makeup collabs with Morphe? And I just miss stuff like that. That stuff doesn't happen as frequently anymore. Everyone couldn't wait to get their hands on the new Rihanna collection to review it on their YouTube pages. And I just feel like lately we have so many hackers too, to where they want to buy out collections of stuff, like even the new PlayStations, and just resell them for a grand prize, or like resell them for more money on other websites, and it just ruins it for everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm also gonna try a new technique. This is a new product as well that I'm trying from Joah. I did not know that Joah was actually owned by Kiss. Yes, Kiss, the eyelash company, not the band. And they came out with this serum concealer, and I seen this on TikTok. But this eye serum concealer is very strongly scented, and it has that applicator like the Maybelline Age Rewind products. I'm gonna use my favorite foundation to blend on top of this. This is the Catrice 24-hour wear liquid HD coverage foundation that I love. So hopefully this will look good. That's why I did my beauty makeup before, because you know, that much black eyeshadow, the risk of fallout, I mean, come on. I don't know how I feel about this concealer. It's very bright, there's not much coverage to it. Maybe I should have corrected my under eye circles before I applied it. Just getting a fluffy brush with some excess foundation to get in spots where it's really close to the eye makeup and I don't want to ruin it with the beauty sponge. Just to make the look more cohesive as well. Especially around here, the crevasses in my nose. But if you guys have not noticed, I've also been doing videos only once a week on Fridays on this channel, because I feel like there's a lot changing and I cannot just work myself to the bone. Just how everybody's been, you know, realizing that they need to take care of themselves and their mental health. I have to realize that too, and doing 2 videos a week here has really been detrimental to my mental health, especially doing so much effects makeup every month. So I may only do 1 effects makeup video a month, we will see, and then the rest mostly beauty, because I could still hone in on my artistry with beauty makeup, but it just will not take me 12 hours to do the makeup and edit. And I could still, you know, I have to have a real life job as well other than YouTube. YouTube is no longer my only full-time gig, which I like it that way too, because if YouTube was my full-time gig, it honestly was a negative towards my mental health as well. I don't know what it is today, but right here is very dry compared to the rest of my face, and I don't like that. But yeah, it just felt very different here on YouTube lately. And I don't know if it's just me feeling it, but do y'all remember when we would look forward to like YouTubers videos coming out with reviewing makeup products or doing a series and tagging people and buying something new that everyone wants to try, and everybody reviews this one product and you want to see everyone's angle and review on it? I miss those days, and I know that life is going to change dramatically always, and hopefully for the better. But I think what is happening again is with the pandemic, with the war in Ukraine and Russia, with everything one after another, the skyrocketing prices, and with people not getting a living wage, a raise, or anything while the prices of everything are increasing and their employers are not giving them a pay that's livable at all. It's like people are realizing the awareness of prioritizing their happiness themselves. I know you have to pay the bills, but is the overtime worth it if they're not paying you enough? There's a lot of things happening, and I feel like a lot of changes again are gonna be made. Honestly, my mental health has not been great lately, and I'm really trying to be my own cheerleader. It is sometimes take a hard look at the positives in life when everything around you feels like it's crumbling with the world news and everything you've been through. Just the amount of sheer bad luck I've been having this week is just honestly getting me down too, and I just need to not get over it. That sounds like such a boomer parent thing to say. There is a time and a place to mourn certain situations in life and people. I just think we've been seeing so many, like too many things of the total opposites. We will see some great things of people accomplishing their dreams and our friends buying homes and getting married and having children and getting their dream careers on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook, and they don't show us the hardships and the hard things it took to get there behind the scenes. And then when we do see bad things happening in the world, it's traumatic politics and war and disease rampant throughout the world. So it's really hard to find a middle ground within ourselves, and our own emotional state is at a conflict. Are we supposed to be happy? Are we supposed, like, you know, we're exposed to almost too much of the total opposites. What do we do? Because the real life everyday middle class person, you know, may be struggling to pay their rent on time and struggling to get food on the table, and they're supposed to go to work and work overtime and still not make ends meet. And I remember back in the 50s and stuff when our parents, in 60s and even 70s when our parents grew up, you know, sometimes a postman who's the single only person working in the household can afford to buy a brand new home with just their income. And now, even with 2 incomes of both parents maybe working, they still struggle. And even back in the day, advertisers would use the everyday person in middle class to show them cooking a meal for their family while drinking a Coca-Cola for advertisement. But today's Coca-Cola ads are so flawless, computerized, digitized, edited beyond belief. They're face-tuned to the point where we cannot relate to what they're advertising to us. We cannot relate to these bodies that look like BBL Kardashian women because not everybody could afford almost a $20,000 surgery that could be life-threatening towards their bodies just to fit this mold that the advertisers are creating for us. I miss when even advertisers would have their models not necessarily look like everyday people, but just their lives could be going to a grocery store and picking out their favorite slices of bread. And now that bread is ketogenic, low carb, in a fancy supermarket in a town we can't necessarily afford. It's just so different, and I don't think people are realizing how much everything's changed with computers in such a quick amount of time while we're going through these worldwide crises right now. I don't know if it's me not being able to see family and friends for so long due to the pandemic that it's really had me thinking, because you know, you could see your cousin's friends' posts on Instagram and Facebook and feel like you're connected to them just by seeing their posts, but you're not really talking to them. But it's almost your brain gives a sense that you've seen them, you've checked on them just by seeing a picture of them, but you haven't really talked to them. And it gives a false sense of community, communication, a false sense of serotonin. Just liking something and getting this many likes on a picture is a false sense of serotonin. You're not actually seeing people in person, face to face, and hugging them in the sunshine. This is what has me up at like 3 in the morning, is these thoughts. And I just wish I could switch my brain off and stop thinking. Does everyone think this much as I do? Like when other people say they're sad, they're like, oh, well, I'm sad because what if I have COVID? I'm sad because of my friends not talking to me anymore. I have those too, but mine's like above and beyond of so many things. I'm wondering if it's my anxious brain, if it's just me with this many thoughts. I am going to put on my lipstick and eyelashes and the rest of my under eye makeup, and I will be back. And just like that, we are completely done with this look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, even though I know it was more of a rant and a little bit depressing, but we have really fun videos coming up. I'm gonna do a throwback video too. I just want you to know, if you're feeling any of these things I've been talking about, you are not alone. As many connections we can make on the internet and how much information and people are on it, I feel like we could still feel alone and lost, which is crazy to think about. But thank you so much for sticking around with me today, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. We do have a live on every Tuesday on Amazon. Links will be down below, a P.O. box, and an Amazon wish list if you care to support my makeup studio even further. I will see you guys soon. I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.